There we go.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie class. We continue with Better Than Us, an episode. Russian series bought by Netflix, right? 2018? 2018 or something like this, yeah. So today we are going to episode number 2. And that's why we already know a lot of characters. So we don't have to talk about everyone, right? We do remember some of them. Sergey, do you remember some of them?
Yes, I remember.
Okay, it was a joke. just a joke. Okay, Vova, could you find who is new here in the list? Dimych, right?
Dimych.
Yeah, so we talked a little bit about this. Do you remember Kolyan, right? And Dimych. So in Russian language, we use a lot of what we call suffixes, right? It's called suffixes. What you add to the end of the word, and sometimes the suffixes they has a meaning. And for instance, Kolyan, as I shared last time, it was something gangster style. And Dimych, each, it's it's another suffix that makes something more familiar, almost friendly, or family, or something like this. So I can say to a close friend his name, then each, let's say Sergeyich, and it will mean that we are on the shorthand or something like this. We don't need this just to understand, right? Why they change the names.
Okay.
Okay, Svetov is a new one, right?
Yes. Also, Kirill Vilayev, an 18-year-old member of Liquidators.
Liquidators. Yours must be free. So Liquidators, who are fighting with?
With robots.
Robots. They don't like robots. Why?
Because they think robots affect the world.
Yeah.
Badly.
Cool. Okay, I think we will return to this, but it's a good explanation. Okay, so Kirill, and who is Жанна?
Young girl whom Yegor meets in a chance encounter.
Okay. And that's all, right? Galia is a sales manager, young pregnant woman, right? Sergey's fiance. Did we miss anyone? I don't think so. Okay, let's skip the synopsis then and start with the questions. Nesma, would you like to help us with the first one?
Yeah, sure. Describe the opening scene where a man and his girlfriend are attacked by an assailant. So he was a member of that group, Liquidators. So he wanted to attack that man because he had a bot girlfriend, and he was in the radio with somebody else who was just trying to give him instructions. So what happened that he followed the guy and the bot girlfriend and tried to attack him just by speaking, but accidentally he had to kill him. And before doing this, he just sprayed red spray on the eyes of the bot so she wouldn't record this. But that was a mistake because they didn't. They usually don't kill people or harm people. They just attack them by talking to them, cursing them maybe, because they are using dolls instead of women.
Yeah. So it's actually a very interesting thing to ponder about, right? So if we learn that all the robots has this recording device, it's kind of changing the game for me, right? So how it happens nowadays in the world? If there a camera, right, surveillance, we have a table, right, that says be careful, it's video recording in progress, right? But if there are robots everywhere, right, and they recording everything, so it's a it's a world without privacy, I would say.
There is a conspiracy theory that says that our phones are always, open. our
Listen-
cameras are always turned on, mics, right, teacher? So
Yep.
it is not so far away of us, I believe.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, now to clarify, the red paint on the eyes is only a calling card that the Liquidators were here. It doesn't stop the recording.
Yeah.
Ah,
Now, what the Liquidators normally do is they will stab the robot in the chest area and damage its memory chip and take it out as a souvenir. So that's where the recording is. So they normally take that out and take it with them.
oh, right.
Yeah, do you remember these westerns, right? When you kill someone, you put an ace, from card on the dead body, right? Because I did it.
Yeah. Yeah. So the red paint is what we call your signature. It just says,
Signature.
I'm the one that did this. I was here. I did this.
Yeah.
Fear me. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm surprised about, so let's say we have a lot of recording devices nowadays in the world, in many places. Let's say, in China, everything is recorded. In Moscow, there are a lot of systems, so there are a lot of cameras everywhere. But I'm afraid we don't have cameras in bathrooms, in private places. So why sex doll has a camera? It seems
Yeah.
strange.
A good point. Today in the USA, you're not supposed to install cameras in bathrooms and bedrooms. Those are supposed to be private, confidential areas, but people cheat and do it anyway. A lot of people stay in a hotel and they find out someone's put a camera in the hotel room and is filming them. It happens.
Double face mirrors.
Yeah, B&Bs also, bed and breakfast places.
This site, Airbnb, have you heard about it? It's like
Airbnb. Yeah.
you can rent your house to someone. So it's so famous about these secret cameras that people now buy, camera detectors. Yeah. So you go there. I don't quite understand how it works. It's kind of ultraviolet or something, so you can see some kind of glimpse of light if you have a camera, but I don't believe it.
I don't know. Yeah.
I like it actually, because if you go to hotels a lot, you're gonna need one. I believe in this. If it is really working.
Yeah, but I like another approach the best. In Germany, let's say, they not ashamed of naked body. That's all. So they politicians go to public bathrooms. So you cannot blackmail them because they don't care. Yeah, I really like this approach. Shaima, would you like to add something to this question?
No, I was supposed to answer the second question.
Oh, okay, the second. Okay, let's go to the second. Shaima, please.
Okay. Who are the liquidators? They were an extremist group, hate and attack robots and destroy their memory chips embedded in their chests, and bent their eyes red to send a message that robots shouldn't be humanized anymore.
Yeah, Liquidators.
The man who killed Sergei was one of these liquidators.
Do you think it was an intentional killing? He killed him?
No, he just stabs the knife in his chest, maybe, but he didn't intend to do so.
Do you remember they talked about initiation, something like this, for Liquidators?
Sorry?
Later in the movie, they talked about initiation process for the Liquidators. Do you remember? Do you know what it is?
I guess it's it's a word.
Okay, let's ask Vasans, could you please?
Yeah, if killing was not his intention, why would he bring it? in the first place? No, why would he bring a knife to that place? If it was for his protection or self, what do we call that? To say for safety of him,
Self-defense.
yeah, self defense. Then he immediately stabbed him. During that confrontation. So it means that he might have had such events in the past. Nobody would unintentionally stab somebody during a fight. So he
Yeah.
might have had a practice in the past. So he is capable of doing such crime, I think.
That was my feeling. He did it awful fast. It's like as soon as the guy came at him, boom, knife in the gut right away. That didn't seem like a reflex to me. That seemed like he was ready to kill. But he
Yeah.
said he didn't intend to do it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Ivan, can I ask something?
Yes, Leyla, please.
As I couldn't have the chance to watch, I just want to ask, the man and his girlfriend are attacked, right? Are they robots? Both?
So man is the owner of this robot, his girl.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Thank
Leyla, 1 hour. You can give us 1 hour to watch the episode, please.
Yeah, I will.
This is a movie club. Okay, this is a movie club. You need to watch the movie, please.
Teacher Lee, as I told you before, I came from hospital today.
You have many hours in the week, Leyla, many hours in the week. 1 hour in one evening is not impossible. Please manage your time.
Of course. Okay. As I told you, mommy has the operation, so I came home today. I will watch.
You can watch it on your cell phone while you're sitting there waiting.
That.
While you're waiting, doing nothing, you can watch it on your cell phone and keep from being bored.
Teacher Lee, I can't concentrate. You know me.
I don't know, Leyla. I know you. Yes, I know you. Okay.
Let me share my theory. So I was talking about initiation because I think this guy was a new member of this gang, right? So he was a not experienced one. So that's why he stabbed the guy, because he was nervous. He did not know what to do, what to expect. So that's why it all went wrong. So it's my idea of this thing, right? So, and I think this initiation is kind of give us a clue, right? So this guy, he's a not experienced one, and not a hardened criminal, just a random guy. Do you agree? Could be. Okay, so we know who is Liquidators. Are they good guys or bad guys?
Now they're bad guys.
Yeah, but in general, Sergey, what do you think? So if there is a group of people who is against robots, who taken, I don't know, what they're taking from us? Something?
From this movie, this guy obviously bad group, but they looks like English man who protected progress in the start of 20th century. They are named Luddites. They damaged machines, mechanism, because they lost their work. Now, this guy looks similar, because they explained during this series that we lost some jobs, we lost some opportunities due to robots. Yeah. That's why it depends on. We don't know whose situation. We could see only one situation with robots.
Yeah, so nowadays, many artists say that they lost their jobs because of this AI artist, right? So you don't need one to make a poster anymore, right? So yeah, some people think that the occupation teacher will be obsolete soon. I don't believe it, but some people believe, right? Yeah, so it's interesting times, right? We need a new Luddites today. Luddites. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 3.
Mhm.
Whoa, please.
Vasant has his hand up, Ivan.
Oh, sorry, Vasant, please.
Yeah, when machines were introduced, people cried the same, example for in the textile industry, people said that machines would replace humans and something like that. But still, we are mass producing, clothes, but we haven't completely abandoned the handmade, uh, clothes. I think the fabrics and everything. It's also has its own value, and it's almost something like precious. It is costlier than the mass produced clothes by machine. So yeah, we will find a way to keep our jobs somewhere.
Vasant, I agree. I'm on your side. I'm not afraid of robots who is, making hard jobs. I think that our jobs will evolve in something new, but we'll keep some new jobs. And another thing, I think that people who will not find their place in the new world, they will have this, how we call it, basic income or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Vova, number 3, please.
What implicit deal does Galia make with Vic?
May I ask you, what does mean implicit?
I don't know.
So the antonym of implicit is explicit, right? And explicit if something is very clear. So I give you this pen and you give me a cup, right? So it's very clear. We have our deal kind of understandable, right?
Okay.
Implicit, if I say, I'm going to buy me a beer and I will buy you ice cream, don't tell my mom anything, right? Or something like this. So it's kind of, a tricky way to make a deal, not saying what you want. Okay. Yeah, Tisha will explain this better, right, in the chat. So implicit, it's not written one, not spoken, right? So take this ice cream and you know what you should be silent about.
Exactly. We know what we're trying to, we know what the deal is without saying it,
Yeah. Okay, so what was the implicit deal between Galia and Vic?
Galia was telling everyone that her fiance had been killed by a robot, but Vic paid her
Mortgage
and her bills, her bills, and she suddenly got silent.
She forgot about her fiance. But do you think it's a good deal for Galia?
I don't know.
I think it's a brilliant deal, because this guy, he just does not like her. He did not want to marry, right? Who knows? Maybe we'll skedaddle after the marriage. And now she had more mortgage paid. She got her workplace, and everything, right? So I think it's generous deal from Vic.
Yeah, she pretended that she knew that she thought the guy loved her. But I think really she knew he didn't really love her that much. So she was willing to make a deal to help herself.
If you think that she loved him, I don't think so.
Oh, I think she loved him.
Really? But she gave up on him that easy for money?
Well, I mean, he's dead. He's dead for one thing, but I think she knew that he didn't really love her. Remember, he and his friend kept joking about her, oh, darn it, she got pregnant. I hate this. Now I got to marry the damn girl, He didn't want to marry her. So I think she knew that in her heart that he would be a lousy husband. So when he died, she had no problem making a deal to get money to replace him.
Well,
yeah, but okay, it's one side. We understand why it's needed for Galia, why it's needed for Vic.
because people will panic and they will quit buying his products.
Should quit. Okay. Yeah. So it's just a business decision, right? So I will reduce the panic on the market. I will tell no one, right? And I will, what's the word for this? Hide the evidence, right? Hide the reason of investigation.
Remember, his company makes robots and sells robots. If someone were to hear that one of Kronos's robots killed someone, that would just destroy their entire company. Nobody would buy a Kronos robot anymore. So for him, it's an existential issue for his company.
Leyla, may I ask you, do you understand the situation? So it was
I'm just trying to understand. There are two groups, the robots and the Liquidators, and I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, let's forget about robots. It's the reason you kind of family, right? He and she, right? New family. So when he died, he was killed by robot.
Yep.
And she gave money from the corporation to hide this.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So it's general situation. And I thought a little bit about this, and I think, what if I was killed by robots and the corporation, huge corporation, they brought a lot of money to my family. Do I want that my family took this money, take this money or not?
Ivan, you know what I'm thinking? I will watch the first 2 episodes and then go on watching. It is useful for me to listen to you now.
Okay. Sergey, what do you think? So if corporation, offer money to my wife and I'm killed already. So what is the right decision, to take money or not to take?
It depends on if you die. I think that your wife has to take money because he has 3 children, and without money, without opportunities. But it's a moral dilemma.
Yeah, it's interesting moral dilemma, right? So I don't take money and I continue investigation, right? And I take nothing probably. So because corporation will buy, another officer, or I take money and I feel like I'm a traitor, right? But I have money.
And he did, and Vic did several things for her. He paid off the mortgage, which is a huge debt that you pay for 30 years. He paid that off in an instant. And he said he would keep her job. So when she had the baby, she would have to leave her job, take a few months off, and he would hold her job open so she could come back and still have her job. And he offered to do one more thing. I can't remember, but he offered to do several things for her. And it was like, wow, it was a good deal for her.
Yeah. And it wasn't just a promise, right? Because he already paid the mortgage. So so you
walk out of his office, beep, mortgage paid. Wow, he was serious.
Sergey?
Yeah, remember the question, or remember the conversation between Galia and Vic, and Galia told about his story about husband and about mortgage, and Victor paid this mortgage, and Galia, in my opinion, didn't have the dilemma, and because she continued to discuss about more money. Oh, we wanted to buy a new flat and a new summer cottage. Stop. You are the seller, and you have to understand about conversation with selling.
Yeah. So she was negotiating for more, right? Okay, good. I think we understand, right? Motivation of both of the parts of this implicit deal.
And right after her mortgage was paid, the police call her and say, "Can you come down and talk to us?" No, I'm not interested anymore. Goodbye. She did her part. She did her part.
Yeah. Okay, number 4. Shaima, would you like to?
Okay. What does Dimych eagle hide from the where? Sorry, where does Dimych eagle hide from the bodies for a while, and how did it turn out? Yeah, he found that his friend afraid to go to school, and he offered him to hide in a cool place. It was just an extra apartment with a sack spot for his dad. And his mom knew about this secret, but as her husband pay her good, she sit quietly and leave him alone. And meanwhile, while being in this place, the two guys try to attack Igor and beat him, and he could run away and leave the apartment, but have some injuries in a fight. After that, when he crashed with the Zona and spilled her cook, he came another time to bring her another shirt, and her brother defend him this time from the bullies. And after that, when he returned back home, his dad make a good situation and defend him again.
Yeah. Because the movie is kind of raising moral questions, kind of moral questions, right? So because it's about, this family, husband-wife situation, sex robots and everything. So if you feel that you don't want to answer some questions, don't answer them, right? So make what you're comfortable with. But what I think, so we say, right, Tishli wrote in the chat that mom knew about this robot, right, this bot, but should mom be concerned at all? Because it's not a real woman, right, just another bot. So why we think that it's kind of, it must bother you? What do you think?
Oops, it's not natural relationship. And any wife will be angry from this secret.
Well, if
even if with robots, okay.
If her body has sexual urges and she needs sex from her husband, this is a problem. But if she doesn't need sex from her husband, she doesn't care if he does it with the robot. It doesn't bother her a bit, right? So it depends on her biological needs.
Any female, even if robot, will bother her.
Yeah, but I don't think that this sex bot is a problem or challenge here. I remember when I was young and had my first motorbike, I spent more time with this motorbike than with my girlfriend, and she was always unhappy.
Okay, I'll give you the evidence in the final scene. We will see that Reza will play the same game with George. So any female is threatened.
But this particular sex bot was stupid, right? It wasn't a conversationalist. It was really a stupid bot. So other than sex, it wasn't good for anything else.
Yeah,
but it will irritate his wife or his friend.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but I think it's interesting questions that, the future will bring us a lot of questions like this, right? Should I care about so my husband just bought another sex robot. should he asked should he have asked me or not? I don't know. What new
He won't
moral?
ask you, no.
No. Let's talk about the second part of this question. How did it turn out? Remember, the bullies caught Dimitri and said, we can't find Igor, so we're going to punish you. Oh, don't hurt me. I'll tell you where he is. So Dimitri ratted out Igor and told the bullies where he was. So they went to the apartment and waited outside. And then Dimitri called Igor and said, Igor, Dad's coming, run. And Igor, so Dimitri betrayed Igor. So Igor came out of the apartment to run away, and the bullies were right there waiting for him. So Dimitri was not a good friend.
Yeah, it was a trap, yeah.
Yeah, I remember this, but I don't know what should I do, if this bullies caught me and, menacing me. So hard choice, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to the next one, right? Who's Marina? Whoa, please refresh my memory.
Marina is Sonia and Igor's babysitter, I guess.
Yeah, they called her Aunt Marina, but it's the same like uncle. So it's just because they are babies. When they call adults, they call it aunt, but it's like not relatives. I think it's just a babysitter or someone who take care of them.
I initially thought she was a lawyer because she went to her to find out how to get custody of her kids.
I think you have a point. I think she could be a lawyer. Yeah. Okay. Anyone who would like to answer number 5? Shaim, please. Please.
Okay, go ahead. No. So
Here you are, okay.
Yeah, Nesma, please answer number 5, please.
before answering number 5, I just wanted to mention something. Actually, for the fourth question, there is a common element here, which is money. In both cases, money spoke, right? For the wife of the guy that was killed, money got her changed her mind. And the wife, Dimich's mother, she didn't care because she gets money from the husband. So it's all about money. We're not talking about feelings at all here. There's something wrong with wives in the future.
As long as mom's got money, mom's happy.
Yes.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, good point. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
All right. For number 5, why does Marina show up at Gorgie's apartment? She wanted to find some flaws. She wanted to get the custody away of him, so she would accuse him of being a neglected father and take the kids away of him for the mother and just get rid of the father from the scene, from the whole scene. But Arisa could save him by imitating his voice, and also the house was tidy. She looks like she expected to see everything messed up and the kids are crying, hungry, and stuff like that. But she found everything okay. That was disappointing.
Yeah. Now, if he had left little small Sonia home by herself, that would have been evidence of neglect. So she was hoping he wasn't home, and he wasn't, right? But circumstances helped him here.
Arisa.
Arisa pretended to be his voice. So darn it, he is home. I thought sure he would leave her home alone, but he's home. So Arisa saved Georgi there, Georgi. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting that we all understand that it's all just a trap, right? So trapped to find this neglecting, to give the custody out of him. Yeah, take custody.
Yes, so obvious. Yeah. That there is a big difference between Arisa and the other robots. They are so stupid compared to her because she can figure out scenarios. She can detect problems and deal accordingly. So that was so smart from her side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I often joke with my wife that in my house we have better order and kind of cleaning when she's absent, because in this case I have 3 working places, all my boys who maintain the cleanness and order, and when my wife is here, we have only one hand. It's her hand. Yeah. But it's interesting that it's very different in different cultures. Let's say in different countries we have different laws that, you know, let's say I heard that in America it's not what's the word is for this, not allowed, not legit to leave the child alone, right? And
Correct,
it's until
correct.
like 12 or something. Is it correct?
Correct. If you leave, even if you leave a small child in the car alone in the parking lot, people will call the police on you for neglecting your child, by leaving your child alone in the car. But yeah, alone in the house, same thing. We aren't supposed to leave small children alone anywhere.
But small, it's up to 12 or something like this, right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a judgment. Yeah.
I'm surprised because, you know, we don't have this in Russia as far as I know. So, and we don't have this in Germany as well. So in Germany, if something happens, you will be responsible for this, but you don't have the obligation, you know, that it's no go. So if you just should make a circumstances, you know, to be safe, but
yeah,
a little bit more freedom on this regard.
Yvonne, we have cases in America where police go into a home and they find a kid living there by himself, with shit everywhere, no food, just horrible conditions where the parents don't take care of the kids at all and they just leave them home alone. And it's horrible, the stuff that we find over here. Horrible.
Yeah, I think we have the same kind of cases everywhere in Russia as well, but difference for me, you know, if you make this a law, you punish everyone, right? So if I cannot go to the bar for 1 hour because I have a baby, it's something strange for me.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Okay, we have number 6. Vasans, would you like to? If you need, we have a hint. Vasans left. I don't see him in the list. Okay. Sergey, would you like to take number 6?
To be honest, I don't understand this question, but I think that this story about meeting with a small lady and Arisha when they watched cartoons and they discussed about things, and small lady explained that I have a father, I have a mother who left me and who moved to Australia, and I like them and I trust them. And
yeah, so she learned the situation. That they're separated, right? That they are moving, that like members of the family. What else? Family has problems, right?
She watches TV and people, and she's learned that a family's got a mom, a dad, and kids. And Georgie's family has no mom. So she sees this as a problem that needs to be solved.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, do you think that this robot thinks that family must have a mom because he is from the traditional Chinese society? Yeah.
Good question. Good question. Yeah.
Because I can explain more, you know, because let's say in German school books there are families without moms. So, and or without fathers, you know. So if robot was from Germany, it probably couldn't find anything interesting in this family situation.
Yeah, but don't forget, she's watching TV and she sees family pictures. So she's learning from TV and family pictures that a family has a mom, a dad, and kids. So I think she's kind of self-learning this, Yvonne.
Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, because self-learning robot, it's a different kind of
Yeah.
level of the robots, right? So you can program robot, it's one step, or you can make it self-learning at different level, I would say.
Remember, she looked one time, she was in the closet hiding and she saw Georgie kind of ruffle the girl's hair and it made her happy and it made her giggle. And she noted that and she did that later. So she's learning how a family shows love, if you will.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. That's happening. Okay, let's go further. Number 7. Shaima, please.
Okay, what a detective Barlow shows up at the morgue to examine Sergei Banin's corpse. What happens? Okay, when he goes there, he found that he was not permitted to see the corpse, as he have no court order. Georgie tried to tell him these rules. Without court orders, you are just a private person, and we don't show corpses to just anybody. But he tried to press on her that on him that he may hide something wrong about the murder, this murder case, and by telling him that he don't like robots, plastic faces that can tell if they are lying. But anyway, he tells Georgie that he will return later with the court order.
Yeah.
But
a subtle message. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, but Georgi, he knew, right? He knew for sure that he should not present a body, right? Because it will be evidence, and it will be a problem for his friend, or I don't know, ambulance driver. Can we say it's friend? Probably.
Of course, it's not legal in any mod to show corpse for anyone.
Yeah, but I still think that it was kind of a risky solution, right? If you brought detective to the dead body already, if it's 1 centimeter to the body, it's very hard to expect that people will say, okay, I will go for warrant. Is it a warrant or something? For document.
The problem is if he tries to say, well, I'm not going to show you the body, right away the guy knows he's guilty and hiding something. So he can't not show him the body unless he's got a reason. So, he went through the motions until the very last moment. And then he said, by the way, do you have paperwork? Oh, darn it. No, I don't. Oh, I'm sorry. I want to show you the body, but I can't do it. I think he's just covering his butt. He's trying not to look guilty while he's looking for a way out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know, should I say this for recorded class, but my impression of Russian police, if I was Georgie, I would just, take a hit into the face in this situation.
But Georgie has another reason for hiding the corpse. He knew the real facts about this murder, and he has he didn't want to shoot the corpse.
Right.
Yeah, and I actually like this scene. So it's so the characters in the movie, they own kind of. I like the episode because all the characters, they have motivation and we can see it. It's not like black and white. So it was an interesting one. Yeah. Okay, now let's go further. Number 8. Lova, could you help us?
Describe how the
No, let's make 8.
What happens between Vadim, ambulance driver, and Georgie in this episode? So Vadim reached out to Georgie because Georgie called him.
Mm-hmm.
and he said that they are in trouble
Yeah.
because detective can see the body and it will be a problem
Mhm.
to them.
So, and what Georgi was about to do?
To call this Vic.
No, Georgi. Georgi, it's a coroner. So Vadim is driver, ambulance driver, right? Corrupted one who took the money. And Georgi is our protagonist. What he was going to do?
I don't.
He said I'm not going to cover you, right? I'm going to police and tell the truth. So I'm not going to be in trouble because of your behavior. So what do you want to do with this? Something like this.
Join me. Yeah, join me.
Yeah.
No.
And what Vadim did?
He said it. No.
Yeah, exactly. He said, I will call a guy, right, who knows a guy, and you don't want to mess up with them, right? So he refused, and he kind of blackmailed Georgi to stop this activity, right? To not to go to the police. Yeah, pretty. I would say pretty much expected. Okay. Sergey, could you please code number 9?
Describe how Detective Varlamov and his boss Svetlov's priorities differ. From this movie, I understand that Varlamov had a story with Kronos because he investigated in the past the Kronos. Maybe he had some Argus with Kronos. That's why inside him he takes this story and he interested it. And when he went to this boss and he started to explain, yes, and we have the body and we have to have the permit for take the body on the the boss told him, what's the problem with you, Varlamov? We had the murder. We had the murder with the robot. Society in the Moscow talked about it, and my boss pressed me, social media pressed me, please investigate it, please, through the story about Kronos. It's bullshit. We have to investigate the murder.
Yeah, so I think the correct way to say it in English, it will be, what is wrong with you, right? What is wrong with you if you're doing something, not understandable to your boss.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you, so do you remember there was a short scene in the movie when Detective Varlamov opened the door to the boss cabinet and boss was looking on his hand. So I thought it like the boss was bribed by Kronos. Do you remember they had this wallet on this hand? So, and it was shown in the movie immediately after Gala got this mortgage covered. And immediately after that, we see this boss looking on his hand. So I think, Kronos gave some money to his boss as well. So it's what I think.
It's possible. Yeah, he didn't want to go after Kronos. That was clear. He didn't want to go after Kronos.
Yeah. Okay, let's go back to the romantic story. Leyla, we need you. Nesma, could you please help us with number 10?
All right, you chose the wrong member to cover the romantic part. Who are Jenna and Bars in the episode? So Jenna is the person that, let me say, they had a mutual interest. The son, what was the name of his son?
Igor.
Oh yes, Igor and Jenna showed mutual interest from the first sight, and she invited him to her brother's bar, where they met the second time. Looks like they are going to grow a love story or something. And Bars was a good guy because he wanted to defend or protect Igor when the bullies attacked him. Oh yes, bot.net. I think this is all.
So he's a bartender at the bar, and she's underage, so she can't work with him, but she hangs around there because he's her brother. Okay.
I think she works there, teacher, because she said, "I'm going back to work." I believe I heard this sentence.
Well, you may be right, but I didn't see anyone giving her orders except for Bars. Bars made her clean up and help him, but she was underage, so I don't think she could work there. In America, she couldn't work there if she's underage, but Russia might be different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I think, so this name bot.net, it's kind of suspicious to me. You know, it seems like they are hackers, or they are kind of connected to Liquidators or something like this. So I anticipate something, you know, from for their group.
It's a strange name for a restaurant, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah. And maybe it's a clue. Maybe it's just I'm overthinking, but bot.net, net in Russian means no. So it actually says no bots.
Oh, there was no bots at all at the scene. You remember? I couldn't see any bots there.
That's subtle. That's good, Ivan. Botnet. That's good. I didn't take note of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's probably a subplot or something, a line of the story. So probably we'll reach out to this here. Okay, let's go to the next one, number 11. Shaima, please.
Okay. How does Ariza avoid being attacked by Kronos via her GPS module while playing with Sonia a game of hide and seek outside their apartment building? Ariza looks around for Sonia and notices a pregnant woman, then a cargo carrying truck. She walks over to the truck, removes her GPS units, and places it in the back of the truck. She tried to deceive him not to find it.
Yeah, a pretty strange scene, right? So it's not a sex robot anymore. It's a commando, you know, it's a spy robot or something.
Yeah.
Has full intelligence to hide.
It's like I said in episode 1, Ivan. It seems like she wanted to escape the building.
Yeah.
Now it's clear she's trying to evade Kronos for whatever reason. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not that easy.
Apparently, she wants a natural life with family.
Yeah, could be. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so she hides, right? She hides from Kronos, and she very successful. Okay, number 12. Anyone? Okay, let me try. So Gleb, it's a kind of problem solver guy, so who solves the problem for the corporation. And actually, I have seen many of them in big corporations, and they usually are former cops or something, and they, know everyone. They can call, any judge and find any, evidences and people who know everything. So they found Georgi in the police department, and luckily for them, Georgi did not give any talks yet, right? So it was only waiting for in the queue, I would say. So Gleb, he threatened Georgi in a way, which always works. He said, I'm not going to threat you because you have such a beautiful babies. Right? Why should I threat you if you have a family, right? I remember it was in some movie, in some gangster movies, they said, I like to make business with family guys because we always have a lever for them. We always know how to keep them obedient.
Yeah. Yep. Georgie, you have such lovely kids. Lovely kids. Beautiful kids. You're a lucky man.
Yeah. Okay, let's go to the next one. Number 13. I actually don't remember. I need maybe it was someone. So they failed to find GPS tracking.
A substitute robot.
Substitute.
Remember that Vic's father-in-law is coming to see the Superbot.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a Superbot to show him, so he told Maslow to make a fake Superbot to show his dad instead.
I see. Yes, I probably missed this part, yeah. But it's very logical, right? So you need something to present, to explain.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can jump ahead, Ivan, because time's getting short.
Yeah. So let's answer the last one, right? Boa, can you?
How does Ahisa resolve her concerns with dysfunctional family unit?
Okay, let's. What is the concern?
Concern it is something you need to solve.
Yeah, something you worry about, right? So let's say I have a concern that you can jump, 20 times, right? So I'm not believing this, right? Or I'm worried about this, something like this. Yeah, what is dysfunctional?
Not working properly.
Yeah, well, yeah, very good. Okay, and the last one, what is a family unit?
When family is all together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you answer the question?
In the night, Ahisa went to Georgia and she officially locked him as a primary user. The first one.
Yeah. I found a primary user, right?
You officially locked like a primary user.
And interesting that he does not know, right? So I think it adds something to the story, right? So she already had a robot who thinks that he's an owner, right? But he not aware of this.
Yeah, a new family unit is being created.
Very, very, very funny. Okay, so anything else that we did not cover it in these questions, but you wanted to ask, guys? Anyone? Any questions about this episode? Well, what I like this episode. I still like this series and this episode because it kind of has suspense. We don't know what will happen next, and I appreciate it when we don't know. And it has a few questions, so it's deep enough to think about something. It's not just shoot everyone who you see. So yeah, good so far. Nesma, what do you think? Is it good so far?
I like it. And as you said, I like to watch one by one. I don't want to jump to the end or to. So I also like to feel and to live the scenes and everything. So I just think a lot about this bot. I feel like she's so superior to the other bots. She even we have now a self-aware bot that decides what to do and when to do. She against all the bots, she decided not to be tracked. That was impressive for me. She wanted to save the family. That was impressive for me. Looking at the bot that works with Gorgi.
Yeah, very different. Yeah.
He waited for all orders. Even when he wanted to help, he asks before helping. So she's totally different than any other bots. That was impressive. I like her. I like the episode.
Well, can you see? Teacher wrote in the chat, don't binge watch. What does it mean?
Binge watch? I don't think I know.
So, some people don't watch different episodes of series. They wait for all the series to be done and then watch it in one shot, right?
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
So it's different what Nesma said, right? So Nesma said she like to watch it one by one and discuss and think, but some people, they cannot wait. Give me the continuation.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I think we have time for one maybe slide for everyone. Let's find something interesting here. Nesma, would you like please to describe this one?
Yeah, I think Sonia wanted a doll. That's why she dressed her like a baby, and she wanted her to just play with her like as if she was a doll. And the bot did not mind. That was cute from her side.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I think it's very kind of believable, right? So if you give a robot to a girl, a small girl, she make a doll out of him, right? Of it.
Yes.
Yeah, and not too much here on the picture. On the left side, we can see something, I don't know, some ceramics or something, some pots.
Yeah, can't tell.
But pretty minimalistic design, I would say. Right?
Yeah.
Let me find something with many details, if we can. I like this one. Well,
I like that girl in the middle. I liked her. Too bad she's crazy.
Well, could you describe this picture? What is this?
This is news.
Mhm.
This is news, and they are suing liquidators.
Interviewing, right?
Interviewing.
Mhm.
Liquidators give the person.
Sorry. Okay. Yeah. So how would you describe his appearance?
Strange mask.
But it's a ski mask, right?
Scarf.
Scarf, I think this one. There's a big one, yeah. Or hand, how it's called, hand scarf.
Scarf, yeah, just scarf, yeah.
And do you remember his voice in the movie? What was wrong with his voice?
It was very deep.
It was, I don't know, is it a word? Scrambled, right? When you use some kind of technology to modify the voice.
Yeah, we would say modulated normally is what we would call it.
Modulated.
I am a liquidator. You cannot tell my real voice. Yeah.
So it was changed because, sometimes criminals, they agree to give an interview, but if you hide them and change their voice, so police can find them. So that's the idea.
Yeah.
Why there are 3 people?
They have different questions.
Okay, maybe, yeah. Yeah. So sometimes, reporters and journalists, they kind of play in this game, so they play different sides. So one is pro, another is con, so bad guy and bad cop and good cop, right?
Yeah.
And they provoke you to see the situation from different sides, right? So,
yep. So the one on the right is the pro robot. The one on the left is the devil's advocate. He's anti-robot. The one in the middle asks the questions and lets each person speak.
Yep. So we call her a host, right? It's
the host, mediator, interviewer. Yeah.
Okay. Shaima, could you please describe this picture?
This is yeah. Thank you, teacher. The botnet. The place where Zona and her brother invited what was his name?
Mars. Mars and Igor.
Yeah, and he goes there to meet Zona, and she wanted to. She thought that she owed him another t-shirt. Yeah, so he went there to have a nice time, but the bullies attack him in the same place.
Notice notice their use of robots here. How are they using these robots?
I would say in a way of humiliation, right?
As a lamp post, right? A street light.
Yeah,
Okay, I think I can add a little bit of context to this picture. So, because of the view, I think it's somewhere in the center of the Moscow. So it must be very expensive place or something. Because, oh, do you recognize the place? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, it's the very center of the Moscow. So we can see two kind of pipes or something, and the one that's behind, which is far away, it's a television. It's called Ostankino. It's a huge tower for television for the
TV
whole
tower.
time.
Okay.
Yeah, television
Okay.
station. And another one which is red and white, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is?
Smokestack.
It's for central heating. So
Yeah.
we have them in many places. In every district we have this tower. And I think this thing on the right, wooden one, we call it pallet, right?
Okay, is that what I couldn't figure out what it was? A wooden pallet up on its side. Okay.
Yeah, wooden pallet, because it was a very fancy in Moscow to have everything in from these pallets in posh bars. So you go there and they pretend they are kind of a place for bums, nothing here, just concrete and wooden pallets. Yeah, a few tires, right? And I think I don't understand why they're here. Yeah, hard to say, to sit on them, I think. So it's kind of minimalistic, they pretend that they disconnected from society. They have no money, they kind of rebellions, right? They are against the civilization, something like this.
Is that water on the right, Ivan? Are they is that a river or something?
Yeah,
or?
it's a river, Moscow
Okay.
River.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah.
I thought it was. So it's a nice view, really.
Yeah.
A water view, the city. Yeah.
Yeah, it must be very, very expensive. Yeah.
What's that big white building in the far right at the top?
Yeah, it's hard to say because we have many of them, but
okay.
Another skyscraper or something. Probably it's a business center. Big corporations, they build these towers in the center of Moscow for their headquarters.
Okay.
So something like this.
It looks kind of like a temple or something with kind of a round roof, a dome roof.
Yeah, could be, but it's not a temple for sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I think we covered, right, for a few pictures, so we have a few more. If you want, I will share this in our chat, right, this slides. Okay, thank you very much for discussion, and see you. Tishli, anything else?
Nope, I was thinking of something else. Never mind. Yeah.
Okay, and see you next week, right, with a new discussion. Thank you, Tishli, for synopsis. It helped me understand a little bit more.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
Yeah. That's the beauty of a synopsis, is it makes sure you get all the key points.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay, good.
Okay, bye. See you.
Bye. See you. Thanks. Bye.